Hello everybody and welcome to Seafarer, the ship sim. A huge thanks to Astragon for sending me this one early. I did not pay for this. They sent it to me. It comes out in early access on October 7th, so a week from now. So you have single player, quick play, and options. In quick play, you can jump in and you can just do what you want to do. You got like ferry, cargo delivery. You can even do tug, or you can do load containers or unload containers if you want. And it allows you to go in and change the vessel out that you want to. And then you can also change the weather. If you would like, say a thunderstorm, you can do that and change the time, and then you can change the harbor that you're at as well. All right, so let's jump into single player. You have normal or expert. You can start a normal single player game or an expert one. We don't have expert, it's grayed out. So keep in mind, this is an early build, so it is not the final product.
Hey, I'm over here. This way.
All right, thank you, Teddy. Beautiful, beautiful intro. I used my own music. I'm not using the provided music. And this is how you look around on the boat here. We're on a tugboat.
There's the legend. Come over here.
Come over here. What's going on, man?
It's been so long. I'm glad you came by. I could really use your help. There's so much to do on this ship. I can't handle it all by myself. But can you still do all this stuff? Come on, I've got a little test for you. First things first, if you're ever unsure what to do, just check the task list. There's always something that needs doing. You won't run out of work.
Here's our task list. Got it.
Seems like you've already figured it out. All right, let's start with a short cruise. Head to the bridge and make yourself comfortable.
All right, the basics of ship control. Go to the bridge for that. We're out here in the harbor, and man, oh man, first thing I can say is it is a beautiful, beautiful looking game, especially with that intro that we saw there. I have done some of the single player stuff, or the quick play stuff, so I could just get used to the game, and I created my character as well. By clicking my right stick, I have my binoculars, which you'll use during patrols and stuff to identify ships. All right, let's go up to the bridge, and we will get underway here. You can open the doors, you can walk in. What's really cool, as you will see later on, we can actually go down into the engine room and stuff, which is really, really neat. So we'll explore that stuff later on, but let's go ahead and close the door. I love the sounds. Let's take steering. All right.
Feels great to be back at the helm again, right? On your left, you can raise the anchor, and off we go.
All right, we need to raise the anchor. So down here, you'll see some anchor controls. Now, you can have crew do this for you as well. You'll see later on.
Once the anchor's up, it's full speed ahead. You do remember that tugboats have 360-degree rotatable propellers, right? No reverse gear here.
Yep, gotcha. All right. Here's our speed, engine, and rudder settings. And we can see our fuel level, engine status, and hull integrity.
Awesome. Let's take this beauty for a spin.
All right, we're gonna increase our thrust here. On the left, there's both of them right there. And then on my right stick, I am using a controller. So on my left stick, I can have them go this way. Straighten it out there. You can hit up on the D-pad, and this is how you get your outside view of the ship itself. We're only at half power right now, so we can actually bring these things up and start rolling. Following the markers. Man, it does look pretty, doesn't it?
Oh, wow. Look at this mess. A powerful storm swept through here last week. It tore up docks, boats, everything. Wood as far as the eye can see.
Go a little bit more to the right here. And it's nice because you'll see that green down there on that, and it shows you how much input you're actually putting into that.
Now to port. Let's check out all the debris.
All right, we're going over here to check out the debris. Let's pull this power back a little bit here. Oh yeah, this thing is all jacked up over here, isn't it? Wow. All right, we're just gonna come over here, pull our power back a little bit more.
The trash ended up here of all places, and cleanup still hasn't finished. Better go slow and keep your distance. I don't want anything getting stuck in my propellers.
Yeah, we're gonna try to, appease him on that. Look at all the birds flying around. That is so cool. By the way, you can hide the HUD and stuff. Clicking the left stick, and you have hidden the HUD. And then we can use the binoculars to look at everything out here. Really cool. We're gonna go over to the left a little bit. Nice little tutorial mission here.
A bunch of seals have already made themselves at home here.
Yeah, they have.
That one up front kind of looks like you.
Looks like me. They are loud, aren't they? Look at all of them. That is crazy looking. I love the marine life. Very well done. Straighten it out a little bit here. There we go. I'm liking the boat physics so far. A bit more power here. And let's go back inside here. There's more on this side. Tons of seals. A little bit more left here. There we go. Straighten it out. Man, this is looking good so far.
Slow down. Watch out for that catamaran ahead.
Yeah, we're not going super fast here, bud. It's not my first day operating a ship or a boat, a tugboat. Cut right between the catamaran and this capsized vessel on the left of us here. There we go. Getting used to the amount of input we need to put in here for that catamaran. I do like the buoyancy of the boat. Feels like we're actually, kind of pushing through these waves here.
All right, good.
All right, good. All right, let's bring up the power a little bit here. Yeah, listen to that sound, man. And there he is right there. Look at the wake back there, looking nice. Let's go back to that outside view here. We'll turn to the right here. And bring up that power again. And look at it start rolling the water behind us.
Hope the seals don't get too used to their artificial sandbar. Hope you find a better sunbed, my furry friends.
My furry friends.
Man, that weather's not looking good.
No, it's not.
You better head back to port before it gets worse.
Well, we're doing exactly that. So we got a storm moving in, it looks like. Man, this looks good. All right, I know there's a way to access a quick menu. We'll get that probably later on here. But it allows you to turn on the running lights and all that stuff. Which I thought it was the D-pad. But yeah, it's not available to us yet. Keep on moving in. And at any time, if we're like moving this way, I'm gonna go a little bit more to the right. You can get up and walk around the entire boat. It's just lightly raining so far. I'm not seeing it like hit the windshield and stay on the windshield. I wonder if we have wipers in here we can actually operate. Looks like we have some. There's the horn there.
A lot has changed in Meddington since you left. But you know what hasn't changed? The fish sandwiches, of course. Still the best, right here.
Food ring to Eleanor, please respond. This is Captain Hansen speaking. I see you're trailing us with the tugboat. Can you push us up to the dock real quick? They forgot about us, and otherwise we'd have to wait 2 hours.
No problem, Captain. We've got your back.
All right, we're gonna go up here and help out this vessel.
Didn't see that coming, but I'm not complaining. Hansen's a good one.
I'm not complaining. All right, but yeah, here's the light controls right here. So you have outer lights on, off, inner lights on, off, and then the signal lights as well, on and off. So now we have our outer lights on. You can see right there. Look at that. That looks incredible. We even have a searchlight too. Can we operate the searchlight? Here? Doesn't look like it's available to us right now. But I do know they are in the game.
The Tide Guard is back on patrol. They're monitoring the traffic. Keep a low profile.
There's the radio menu.
We should probably turn on the lights, just to be safe.
Yep. See, we were ahead of our time. So here's the radial menu. Then you have lights, and there it is right there. Outer lights, inner lights, and our signal lights, which they're on now. So you have that. Then you have options here for teleportation, engines, binoculars, crew, CB radio, which you can contact different vessels with and operate that for an SOS if you need to. Let's go to the outside view here. We're almost to this marker. Let's see what they want us to do now. Let's keep it going straight.
First, you've got to line up properly or it won't work. But be careful.
Okay. Pull our power back a little bit here. We're gonna swing her left and then to the right. I'm assuming we need to go straight in on those arrows. I am liking the controls, man. I am liking them. There's 90 degrees there. Pull it back a little bit. More power there, not too much. There we go. Then we'll go 180 degrees, so it's in reverse. A little bit of power here, there we go. And then now we're gonna swing these all the way straight forward to 0. And now we're gonna give some power here. Start pushing it in. There we go, made contact there. Let's give her power. I think we're doing it. Push the vessel into the marked area. Yeah, we're moving it. Pushing the nose of this thing in. The radar there, that's cool. You can view it by hitting A. Look at that. All right. Are we not doing a good job here? I don't know what they want us to do besides just keep pushing it. Oh yeah, it's pretty far out. I can see it back there. The blue thing's going up and down. There it goes.
Thanks, folks. I owe you one.
Always, Hansen.
Yep, no problem.
Damn, I totally forgot about the test. You know what? There's no way you would have failed anyway. Head back to the dock and let's grab some fish sandwiches to celebrate.
Let's have some fish sandwiches. All right. Backing it out. There we go, 9 degrees this way. We can go back that way. Perfect. We go straight ahead.
That container ship's a real beauty, huh? Maybe one day you'll get to tow it. Or better yet, steer it.
I would love to operate that thing, dude. Kidding me? I would love it. All right, the sun is coming out again. Back to the inside view. And let's just go ahead and straighten it out. And I'm gonna hide the HUD so we can just take in the sights here. I'm gonna shut up and you listen to the sounds of Seafarer. We're docking right over here, the marked pier. Doing 10 knots at max speed here. I do like the physics so far. So far, so good with that. I'll straighten it out a little bit here. But yeah, you can click on this. You can see the radar. We saw that earlier. And then you have the map itself, which we can't open yet because we're still in a kind of a tutorial thing. I don't think those are working though. You see that? How I turned to the right? These over here, these instruments, they don't seem to be spinning. So I don't think that's right just yet. Let's pull our power back. We're going to be docking right up here.
There's our dock up ahead. Don't mess this up at the last moment. I'm starving.
He's starving. Don't mess it up. So this is where we're going to get that little grid thing that's going to pop up and help you with the whole thing. All right, let's straighten this out. Spin these around. Okay, hold A once the arrow is in. Yep, gotcha. Okay, so now we're gonna spin these around 180 degrees. Give some power here. There we go. Now we can spin this thing around this way. Give some power. Didn't take much, did it? We'll do it the other way. Kind of wobble it back in. There we go. We go 180 on this one. A little bit of power here. We got a good angle here towards the dock now. And then once we get back here, we can line it up and go to the left. Not the greatest with these tugboats. Oh, that's our radio. Nice. All right, so now we can put these at 0 and we can just give it a little bit of power and a little left. There we go, straighten it out to 0. One more power. I do hope that eventually we can turn off these floating things. Now, I know when you turn off the HUD, it still pops up. See that blue floating thing? I get why it's there. All right, so here's the docking section. So you'll see this little arrow start popping up. We're gonna get these things ready to go by spinning them around 180 degrees. There it is right there. See our approach. A little bit of power there, not much. Just kind of let it float. Oh, we're close enough. And for the sakes of this, we're gonna hit hold A to dock. just like that.
All right, good job. Why don't you come down here to the railing with me? That was fun. But before we take a break, I want to show you the awesome stuff your tablet can do. Pull it out and I'll walk you through it.
All right. So tablet is down on the D-pad. Here it is right here. In every port, you have the opportunity to take on jobs for the various factions. Check the journal on your tablet to see which tasks are available. Check the journal on your tablet to see which tasks are available, what the requirements are, and what rewards are offered for completing them. Only one job can be active at a time. Follow the instructions in the task list to complete your assignments. To cancel a job early, use the journal on your tablet. Available jobs depends on various criteria, such as the region, port, or profile level, and they rotate after a certain period. So be sure to check your tablet regularly for new tasks. Okay, so this is our fleet. Under fleet, you will find all the information about your current ship. At the port, you can carry out repairs, refuel, and purchase consumables or equipment. You can also switch to another ship in your fleet or buy a new ship. All right, and then we have info here on the profile info. There's all that stuff. We got through the first one, getting your feet wet. Take on an introductory assignment from one of the factions to find out which job and ships you want to start with. You'll have the chance to get to know all the factions before making a decision. But don't worry, your choice won't lock you into a faction permanently. Okay, cool. So we have Crescent Port Logistics or Tide Guard. Okay, choose starter vessel. We're gonna definitely go with this thing. Hey, Teddy here again. Congrats on passing your training course. Okay, gotcha. Have you given any thought to your next jobs? I have not. Container delivery. Okay, mull it over. I'll be waiting for your decision. Got it. The first campaign job is now available. You can check the map anytime to find out which port to visit to continue the campaign. Teddy's waiting for you in Meddington. In the meantime, you can take on various jobs and explore the world. All right, so up here we have journal. There's our fleet page. Gotcha. Then we have, so we have the Herbert. You have the Rigid. You can buy that for 3,000 credits. The Archer, the Bernard, the Density, and the Lancer. Those are the current ones that we have here. I think that's all that's in early access from what I have seen. So on equipment, you can see this thing has an echo sounder on it, maps, binoculars, radar on it. This has a CB radio, searchlight, binoculars. So you can see all the different things that each one has and the resources as well. Then we have crew. Crew's unlocked at level 3. Here's our bank. If you ever need a quick financial boost, you can take out a loan. There you'll not only find an overview of your finances, but also your current loan amount and the interest rate you have to pay. The maximum loan amount depends on your player level. Interest is due weekly, and you can also check in the bank when your next payment will be deducted. The loan only needs to be repaid once your account balance allows it, okay? So we can borrow money or pay it off. And then here's my user information, like we saw before. Very cool. So in the user, you can hit right trigger to go to hints, compendium, statistics. That's cool. It shows you all your stats. And then Fortschritt is completely grayed out. So I don't even know what that is. So there you go. All right, we're on this ship. I think we have to take this where it needs to go. So here's all the jobs we have available to us. We have Chapter 1, Helping Hands, Unload Containers, Teddy's Delivery Service, Practice Course, Tide Guard, Gameplay Tutorial, and Crescent Port Logistics Gameplay Tutorial. So let's go up here to Helping Hands. We're gonna accept this one.
I'm so glad we're doing this together. The start of my company wouldn't be the same without you as captain. For the time being, we are working together with Crescent Port Logistics as a service provider. But in the long term, I want to operate completely independently, of course. The order today is an important delivery to Crescent Port, directly in front of their headquarters. A baptism of fire, so to speak. I bet they want to check our work in person. They have a new CEO, Reuben Brooks, who got in touch with us personally and even provided us with a crew to make sure everything runs smoothly. Cool, right? The ferry has already been loaded in record time. All you have to do is get behind the wheel and set off.
All right, we just sailed to Crescent Port. That's it. Here is our bridge, and check it out. Very, very cool stuff. We have a crew member over here.
The first day is hard for us all, but you're not here for nothing. If you steered a ferry before, this task should be no problem for you.
Okay, beautiful. That says, yeah, 23.6 knots up there. So those are not accurate. It's not what's really going on here. So over here is where we actually operate everything. There's our steering and everything. But before we do that, let's explore the ship a little bit, because you can do that. We're going to open the door here. Walk out here onto the deck. Oh man, there's a lot to see here, isn't there? We have a little daughter craft here. They're used to transport people or supplies between the ship and the port in emergencies. Very cool. Now we've got a crew member standing out here. There are doors here, so you can open the doors and you can explore your entire ship. So this is actually really, really cool. Some of these aren't open to us, but other doors are, like this in here. Nice. We got a little table and you got a window there. Let's go back here. Nope, nothing in there. Let's go this way. There's another cabin here. The laptop and a bed. Okay. And then nothing in there. All right. So that's just the this little spot here. Close the door behind us. We're not heathens. There we go. Let's go see if we can find out how to get to the engine room. That's what I want to see. Close that up. There we go. All the way to the front here is where the anchors are located. And you can have the crew do that for you. So like, you know, with the left, you're going to go to crew. This is where you can do, you can assign a task to them or end task. But if it's available to you, it will say that you can have them raise the anchor for you, which is nice. It makes you feel like you're an actual captain, you know? Let's go down below here. Back onto this deck. And now we can get down to the engine room. Walk down here. Nothing there. Keep on walking down. Oh, you can hear it. Listen to that. You can get lost on these things. That's why a lot of these aren't open to us here, but look at this. This is wild, man. To be able to just walk around where you want in the engine room. Here we go. If the engine room indicator turns red, the engine should be inspected. Each engine component has its own inspection point, located either directly on the engine or on a nearby screen. If the indicator turns yellow after the check, the component requires repair. A malfunction symbol will appear above the faulty part, and the defect can be fixed directly at the engine. Once the repair is successful, the engine room indicator will return to green. So yes, you can damage your engines and stuff, but look at this thing, man. That is so cool. Right here, check the air filter. Okay, good. Anything back here? Yep, we have another door to open in here. Check this out. Here's the workbench. Nice. I have a feeling this will make sense to us a little bit later on whenever we get in depth with everything. Just close that door for now. But just so cool that you can explore all the way down here, you know? Yep, that air filter's green. Let's open this door. What's in here? So this is where you can check the temperature. So it's at 47.2 C right now. There we go. You see the chemical degradation at 73%. It's actually moving around. Temperature deviation, humidity deviation, FE and NFE contamination. That's pretty in-depth stuff, man. All right, those are all good. Temps are good. We need to check the oil and something else. There's the dipstick right there. Check the oil, it's green. Come over here, do the same thing. Check the oil, and it's green. Let's check the fuel filters. We got one on the left here. It's normal. And then we have the one on the right. It's normal. There we go. So we have checked everything down here in the engine room. It all looks fantastic, but man, that's so cool to have to pay attention to that stuff. And for an early access game, I did not expect this kind of detail, to be honest with you. That's really immersive. You're out on the open water and you just come down here, you know, and check the engines and have to deal with the engines whenever they are no good. Close that door there. Let's go back up to the bridge. let's actually get sailing in this thing. All right, let's close the doors behind us, and we're ready to set sail to Crescent Port. Take the steering. Here we are. Check it out. This thing is a beast of a vessel. I mean, look at that monster. Not bad at all. All right, let's zoom out a little bit here. So we have 3 of these things here to operate. So we got, oh, I see how it does it. So it's opposite in the middle. So bring up the power here. Oh yeah. All right, let's go to our lights here. Make sure our outer lights are on. Look at that deck lights there, and the signal lights are on as well. Oh, that is so cool. I haven't found the button on the controller that is the horn, but I know you can operate it, you know, inside here. You find it. Got a CB radio there. That's our searchlight there. So here's the signal lights. If we wanted to do it manually, we could. Docket pier, anchor, and there's the horn. Ooh, yeah. Nice. All right, turn to the right a little bit here. And we're going all the way out there, 13.2 nautical miles to be exact. So a little bit of a journey ahead of us here, which I'm very excited to see. I want to see what the open, you know, seas are like. And don't worry, at the end of the video, we will definitely take a vessel out in the worst conditions we possibly can. I know that's something that we're all going to want to see. Let's turn to the right a little bit here. Yeah, something I would like to see eventually is us, you know, to see what the actual engines are doing based on the instruments rather than the HUD itself. So you could hide it and then you could just look at these and know what it was doing. That'd be pretty cool. Let's straighten it out here and let's look at the echo sounder. Check it out. You can zoom in or you can zoom out on the echo sounder to 10, 13, 16, 20. That's pretty neat. Anything we can do on the CB radio right now? Nope, just this SOS signal, that's it. We're just gonna get right around this dock here, a little left here. Bring our engines up to half here. We're gonna be exiting the port to the right here. And you see all these little icons we have on our map, in the mini map at the bottom right there? That is all the different vessels. There's AI vessels that will be operating and you'll have to keep an eye out for during your journey, which is really cool. I absolutely love having AI vessels. Like this guy here. Love the sounds. So, yeah, when you hit the right bumper, you exclude that middle engine. So now you're just controlling just the two. So there's a way to exclude them by just hitting the right bumper there. Left bumper does the opposite. So you can just operate just that middle one, which is really helpful for, you know, maneuvering in tight spots. We're making our way out of the port finally. I love the wake effects here. We're only at half speed here too, but look at the front there. You can just see how deep that goes. Man, oh man, I'll tell you what, this is pretty good stuff so far. I'm very, very, very impressed with what I'm seeing. A little bit more power here. We'll go full power once we get out into the open waters, but just taking in the sights right now. And I mean, one thing's for certain, it is gorgeous. We can come over here and hit sit and look at this. You can just hang out over here. You can't operate the vessel itself, but you can move seats, which is a nice touch. Let's go back over here. We'll just hit B to get out. Hold B. There we go. And then we'll get back on it.
I see you're leaving Mettington and heading out. We expect you in Crescent Port before nightfall, so the cargo can be transferred on schedule.
All right, sounds good to me. We're just going to point this thing in the right direction here. We are clear of the port here, so we're going to go ahead and start bringing this thing up to speed. Full speed. Aim this thing right at our destination. We'll look at the map here in just a minute. There we go. Nice. So hitting right on the D-pad opens up our map, and here it is right here. This is our current position, and you can see a sailboat here. You've got a houseboat there, a houseboat there. Look at all the different vessels on their way out right down there. Freighters, cruisers. And there's all the yachts and stuff that we saw back in Meddington. We're going to Crescent Port. This is Sandham, and that's Fort Westport there. So let's zoom out and have a look at the map. The map is absolutely massive. Look at how huge this map is. So you got Hellenhagen down there. Stetach. I don't know how you really pronounce these. Linchenheim. And we've got Crescent Port here is where we're going. So we've got a journey ahead of us to get down here. We're at full speed right now, and we're cruising right around 14.2 knots. Look at that wake behind us. That is so cool looking. Very nice. Let's kill the HUD here. Just taking the sights here. I'm going to shut up, and we're going to head out to Crescent Port. We have engine troubles. Just kidding.
Damn, something's wrong with the engine. Can you take a look at it?
Yes, we can. You knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen. All right, we'll check out why the engines are malfunctioning. Let's kill the power here, and we'll get out. We know how to get down to the engine room, and we know how to check them. So I guess they wanted to teach us this way. And now it all makes sense. All right, let's see what's going on in this room here. This is where they want us to do everything. Okay, well, let's just go ahead and do the thing that we normally did last time. Check the air filter. It's no good. Okay. Oil. All right, we got a cap here. This is how you fill the oil. Wow. It's a little mini game. Okay. Oil's been refilled. Check this guy. Okay. Check the oil. And we don't need to fill this one. This one's fine. All right, nice. Let's go in here. We'll check this stuff. Yep, we got the temperature. Okay. There we go. Right side, no good. Running way too hot. Filter is normal, and filter is normal. Okay, close that door here, and here we go. Low level. Air filter should be changed here. So let's do it. This is cool.
The wear and tear must have gotten pretty bad over the last few years.
Yeah, I'd say so. All right, this is where we need to do the coolant. Okay. I love this addition.
Looks like everything's working again.
Yes, it is. All right, wonderful. Let's go ahead and head back up, get on our way. But that's cool. You're going to have to deal with things like that while you're out on the open seas. Let's close this door. Back upstairs we go. Because we've already wasted enough time trying to get out of here, didn't we? We certainly did. Let's close you up. And back to it. Let's turn to the right. Look at that. The current took us all the way this way to the left, and the wind too. So that does matter. You see the wind is from our left rear there at 3 meters per second. All right, let's bring it back up full speed. Sailing to Crescent Port. So before we got rudely interrupted, let's enjoy the sights. Currently 10.9 nautical miles out from our destination. I found that using just the center prop has been a lot easier to maintain our direction of travel instead of kind of having it back and forth. So you are dealing with the waves and stuff moving the vessel around, which is really cool. I love to see that. But one thing that we can definitely do is once we get this thing lined up where we need to and line it out there, you can see the buildings in the distance of that port. A little bit more this way. And it seems weird. I know that, you know, you're going left to go right and right to left. But you look at those little diagrams there, but if you look at the display, you can see that that's the prop back there, and it shows you which way the prop's actually moving, the big flat part, you know. So that makes sense to me. So let's go ahead and hop out of here, and we can just go explore and enjoy the journey on foot, which is really neat. Look at that. Absolutely beautiful. Come down here, walk all the way to the back, and this feels like, you know, you're on this actual vessel, which is something that's so cool to be on the open ocean like this. Back here by the back, you can't really see anything. Whoa! That's a whale or something over there. Did you hear that? That was cool. Look at this. Look at these views. Those rolling waves, man. That is awesome. That was a whale out there. That was a blowhole. I wonder if they're going to do it again. That was something they were talking about during the Gamescom, was that you'll come across sea life, which is really neat. I do love that addition. You know, when you're out on these open waters like this, you're going to see a lot of sea life. Not bad at all. All right, let's go upstairs. There's a crew member.
So, you'll be working with us from today. Contractors for such a standard job? So that's what our new boss meant with his new methods.
Indeed. They don't seem very happy to talk to us.
So, you'll be working with us from...
Okay, yep. Classic. So, you'll be working with us. You can walk all the way over here to the wings. There it is again. There, I saw it just a second ago. Still back in that area right there. I don't see him anymore, though. But yeah, you can come out here to the wings and look around, you know, on each side. I love the lighting. The lighting looks really good. Let's make sure we're not too far off course here. Oh, we're decent. Decent enough. We'll turn to the right. We'll look at the map. So I think we have to go around the left side of that set of trees there to get to the port. So let's look at the map. Here we are here. So yeah, we have a long way to go down to Crescent Port. Oh, engine's defective again. Oh, these things suck.
Again? Well, you know what to do.
Yeah, we know what to do. We're not happy about it, though. Holy crap, we're never gonna get here. That's that island, so yeah, we still got a little ways to go here. Let's go ahead and go back down to the engine room. I'll save you the trip. What's wrong with her now? That's fine. Again? Really? Those are all... Oh, that filter change. Okay, gotcha. Well, that shouldn't be too bad. Let's check the oil again. And we already got to put oil in this thing again. This thing drinks oil, man. All right, we got that. Check the air filter. No good. Let's change it. Yeah, I think they're just trying to get us used to this. There we go. Change that one. Fuel filter's done on that side. Let's check over here. Okay. Let's add more oil. This thing just drinks it for days. It's all good to go now. Boy, really having to babysit these things today. So much for making it before nightfall, right, buddy? Good Lord. All right, back up to speed. Yeah, we're getting carried away here. Let's turn to the right a little bit. You know what we're gonna do? We're gonna turn off our interior lights here. We don't need those on. Here we go. And sail out this way. Yeah, we have to get around this island. Oh, another whale right there. Okay, for the sake of the mission, it looks like they sped up everything for us here. So we're only 1.2 nautical miles out now. Give it the beans. Look at that lighthouse out there. Man, that looks good. That looks really good. Ooh, big old ship back there behind us. Keep an eye on that. All right, 1.1 nautical miles now. Let's look at our map here, make sure we know what we're doing. We're going in straight to this. Okay. Gotcha. And then what? So we go into here, probably over here somewhere. Look at all the vessels. Look at all the AI around here. Wow. Okay. Turn our inner lights on right now because we're going to be getting here to the dock here shortly. Continue going out this way. Let's see. Yep, that's the opening right there. I see it. Looks like the clock might be accurate. Check on that later. It says it's 1933. So 7:33. Yeah, look at that. It's actually moving on the clock there. I saw the minute hand move. So that's neat. Operating clock inside. 0.8 nautical miles. We're almost here. I mean, that's good because we would have been sailing for a while. And for the sake of this video, we don't need to be, doing massive journeys. Now, one thing I did not see, I didn't see like a free mode. So you have the single player and then you have the quick missions or quick play. But I didn't see like free play. It's where you can just kind of explore and go where you want. But I don't think that's really necessary, considering how much they have here already. I just hope they don't always skip you, when you're going to another port. They should allow you to go as, long as you want. That's the whole idea. And I'm sure that's the case. Look at this bridge up here. That's cool. All right, level up. You've unlocked the following items: modern glasses, anchor, watch, something else, archer, water cannon, radar, all sorts of stuff here. Okay. A good ship needs a good crew. You can hire specialists on every port to build your own crew. Some larger vessels even need a crew to depart. These specialists can do various small tasks for you. Lead your crew to become the best captain on the seas. All right, let's turn back this way. So we unlock some stuff. I get it. It's our first mission. They're just holding our hand here. And the engines are having issues.
Cursed Kraken, not again!
Macmillan, are you stranded or what's the holdup? You're still not in port and we've already been waiting longer than expected. The new boss wants to know where his shipment is.
We had one or two incidents, but it was our first trip. Things will improve in the future, I promise. But yes, we should be picked up here.
This is holding up the whole operation here. It's not going to make a good impression on the boss.
Sorry, the mistake's on us. I'll only have good things to say about you. I also know someone with a tugboat we can use. We'll manage it from here without too much extra cost.
Do you even have a helmsman on board?
The best!
I'm the best. Oh, we get to tug it. Nice. Navigate to the vessel. Let's do it. There's our ship out there. Thing's a lot faster, a lot sportier, that's for sure. All right, let's get our lights on here. Crazy. Dat Mundo. Look at that moon. Looking nice. And the star field looks good as well. Let's see if we can see any constellations. Not seeing any constellations that are grabbing my attention. So I'm not sure if they're accurate. All right. I guess we're going to have to actually tow this thing in. So navigate to the vessel, request the messenger line and pick it up. Attach the messenger line to the tow line, pass the tow line using the winch control. Okay. So if we're going to pull this thing in, we need to flip this thing around 180 degrees. All right, there we go. Navigate to the marked area in the hull of the client's ship. On deck, move to the winch and press A to request the throw rope. Interact with the throw rope to pick it up and connect it to the tow line at the winch. On the bridge, interact with the joystick to unwind the tow line. You skip this step and try to tow the ship using only the throw rope. It will snap and the job will be failed. Wow. So it's pretty in-depth, man. Our original approach was the best way. So straight in. But now we know. We got 90 on that. Let's spin this guy right around. There we go. Zero it out. Little left. And zero it out. That's a decent approach right there. We made it a little hard on ourselves for no reason. All right, this is how we dock. So go like that, pull it all the way back. 180. There we go. And we're in there. Okay, now we could request the messenger line and all that stuff, so we have to actually physically do that. There he is right there. This is so cool. All right, let's go out there and do it. Do our job. Request messenger line. There you go. Oh, I had to hit it to pick it up. So you can pick it up when it was in midair. All right, nice. We'll come over here and attach the messenger line. There it is. Now we have to use the winch. Pass the tow line with the winch control. All right. Tighten the ropes. There they are. Have a little camera down there too. It's hooking it up. There we go. Tow the client ship to the designated location. To do this, take the helm and set course as usual. Make sure the towing line remains taut at all times. Once the client ship has reached the target area, interact with the joystick to release the towing line. Okay. You got it, boy. Guess we spin this thing all the way around. Take our steering here. What's weird that it's not on the back side, you know what I mean? I think this thing has two, it does have two different towing lines, I see. So we're gonna have to use it, have to tow this thing backwards because we could have done it either way, I guess, turns out. This isn't gonna be very easy, I have a feeling. Straighten it out here. There we go, now we're pulling it. Nice. I think that glowing thing over there just means that that's a dock. So you can dock anywhere you want. But we have a mission we're doing here. Look at that line right there. You can actually see the slack in it moving around. That's really impressive. We're gonna swing it around this way and then in there. There is a luxury yacht coming out, it looks like. We're gonna have to keep an eye out for. I already see him in sight there. That's cool looking. It's a nice looking yacht. Look at the wake behind it too, trailing. I love the attention to detail. It's really well done. We are struggling pulling this thing this way, though. Look at that bridge, all lit up at night. Looking beautiful. Not bad at all. Yeah, the visuals are pretty stellar. I will say that. I'm not really sure what we're getting from this, you know what I mean? Like what data we're actually getting. I mean, I can see where we're at in the channel here, but I don't see any other vessels popping up on that thing. I was expecting that to be shown. All right, there it is over there. Start turning it. And start yanking it this way. There it goes. So this map is based on North European landscapes. If you're wondering, if it looks familiar to you. That is what they're after. Let's pull this back a little bit here. I think we just have to get it close enough, and then we're going to have to undo the line and then push it into place. That's what I'm guessing is going to happen here. Well, let's go ahead and just bring up the power a little bit more, because I'm sure it's going to have a little cutscene thing. Cinematics are really cool, man. I like them. There we go. Yep. Gonna pull it into this spot right here. Careful. Other way, other way, other way. There you go, zeroed out. We pretty much got this, I think. Release the tow line, okay. Let's bring it to 0 here. And we will do exactly that. Let's go release the tow line. All right, let's hit the button here. There we go, it's releasing it. You see it actually operating out there too, look at that. Wow, so let's make sure we don't snap here. Oh! What did we just do? Okay, oh no, they're good. Okay, it scared the absolute hell out of me for a second there. It's moored. That was just kind of strange and abrupt.
There you go. We made it after all.
Yep.
Now the ship just needs to be unloaded and our mission will be complete.
Unlock the twist locks, 20 of them. Oh my. We are the crew member now. Look at this. Look at all this. Wow. Okay. There's a lot here to do. These are twist locks, I think. Aha. There's 16 of them total. Okay. Gotcha. There they are. They're on the bottom up here in the front. There we go. Now we got them. Now we can unload the containers. Okay. All right. Through trial and error, I think I have figured out where these are supposed to go. So let's go ahead and come down here. We're going to grab it. We got that one. All right, cool. Then we need to go roll all the way over to the right, and I'll show you why. You'll see here to our left, there's a truck waiting for us to put this container on it. And there's 4 over there. So that makes sense to me now. I just never saw this truck before, I guess. Okay, well that makes a lot more sense now at least. Okay. Yep, right down there is where they want it. A little bit more. Oh yeah, we got that one. There we go. Bring it on up. And he should drive it away. Yep, there he goes. Nice. Let's get the next one. All right, we got this one. Let's bring it up. Go over to this truck over here. Oh, he's already right here waiting for us. Nice. Kind of at an angle, buddy. And I have no idea how to slant these. I don't think you can. Nope, they don't like that. Okay, they're happy with that. I am too. There we go. Perfect. All right. Got 3 more to go. 3 more to go. All right, last one. Should have been a little bit easier to deal with during the day, I have a feeling. Oh my lord, we are swinging this thing around like a lunatic. There we go. Nice. We unloaded the ferry.
And that's a wrap. Awesome work. We got it done.
About time. We had a delivery scheduled before nightfall.
Adriana, don't be so tough on them.
But you said...
We all just need to get into the groove, right? Great job, Theodore, and to your team as well. I'm looking forward to working with you again.
Thank you. I take full responsibility for the delay. We'll be on time next time, I promise.
Me too. Here's to a great collaboration.
Thanks, Ruben, for having our back.
That went well enough. Thanks again for being there. It felt just like old times. For me, at least.
For me, at least.
My offer still stands. The jobs aren't letting up at all, and I could really use you here. We're going to go far, you and me. This is just the beginning.
All right. Seal the keel. Job successful. We got 2340 and 175 XP. Woof. That seems like that wasn't enough for what we did, but I mean, time will tell. That's for certain, won't it? Let's go to quick play. We're gonna go to let's go to a patrol, and you can do a police boat or a density. Thunderstorm, 100%. Time, we'll put it during the day, and the harbor, we can literally go anywhere we want. Let's do that one. All right, let's see what a storm is like. Holy crap, it's already starting. Look at this. Wow, that lightning. Holy crap, dude. All right, let's get up here into the density. We're gonna operate this vessel. I don't even know where we're at here. Okay, let's get our bearings straight on us here. Okay, that's the stern there. And there's that. So we walk around this way.
Hello.
Hello. Goes that. And take steering. Look at this. All right, we are undocked. Let's go ahead and reverse this thing out of here. Let's get our lights on. We're gonna need all the lights. Outer lights, signal lights. Oh, we have a searchlight on this one. Blue lights. Whoa. What? There's the searchlight there. Nice. All right, let's give a little bit of power here and swing it out to the left here. Man, this is some rough weather. These waves aren't messing around. Let's make sure we clear that dock there. There we go. That's smacking into it. Power back a little bit here. There we go. And as you can see, this is pretty wild looking. But I love that we have some big, big vessels in the game from early access. That's good to see. All right, half power here. We got to go try out the rough seas here. All right, spin around to the right here. Look at these waves out here, man. Holy crap, these things are rolling. All right, we'll clear the rocks there. A little more to the right. Go straighten it out and full power. Linchenheim. All right, let's see what this is like. I'll turn off these interior lights. Oh, wrong ones. We're getting bounced around in here. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. Nice. Those are some rough seas. Yeah, they want us to go to a wanted ship in the marked area, but whoa, look at that. The listing is real. Look at that from the outside view here. There we go. Nice. I do like how that is behaving. It feels like you're on some rough water, you know? Like, that is super cool. Let's turn into this. Let's see how it handles the waves from the side. Yeah, look at that. The thing's getting tossed. It's just riding the waves from the right to left. That is crazy. All right, that is neat. All right, let's turn into these things again. Hard turn this way. Straighten it out. Full speed. Look at that. What do you think of Seafarer, the ship sim? I'm pretty impressed with what we've seen so far. Like the attention to detail with the engines and having to, you know, upkeep those. I think the reasons why they were breaking down a few times was because they just wanted to showcase that a little bit. I don't think it's gonna be something we're gonna deal with a lot. Whoa, that was a big swell. Turn into these a little bit more to the right. Look at that! Oh my God, dude. There you go. That's what I'm talking about. Full speed. The lighting looks so good. Something missing is the sound of, you know, those waves hitting us. That would be nice to see, but I do like how it cuts through the waves. Those lightning strikes look really good too. But yeah, though, that's looking good right there. Not bad at all. Not a ship simulator, but check out this video where I was playing Firefighting Simulator Ignite and I operated a ladder truck for the very first time.